Hello and thanks for joining me again at Ready to Ride. This session is going to be working on a bit more balance and standing control, which hopefully you'll find a nice, convenient, quick little session to have a go at. So the first exercise you might think is a little bit easy to do, but you'll be amazed at how many people find this quite difficult, particularly if you've had any problems with knee or ankle injuries over time, particularly if you've not managed to rehab them particularly successfully. And this is standing on one leg. So really, really simple. Try to, as you do it, keep your knee gently soft, so not really bent, but just a little bit soft. And that'll help you to absorb those subtle changes of foot position through your foot. If you find that easy and you can do that for about 30 seconds, then see if you can do it with your eyes closed. And what you're aiming for is to be able to do that again for about 30 seconds with your eyes closed if you can. Swap and have a go with the other foot, and even if you have not had any injuries at any point, you quite often will find that one leg has better balance than the other, so the better you can make them, the more symmetrical you can make them, the better. Again, keeping that soft knee, and then once you're happy you can do a good 30 seconds, then see if you can repeat the exercise once again with your eyes closed. It's important when you're doing any form of balance exercise to make sure you keep relaxed through your neck and shoulder area. When we come on to doing some foam roller balance work in the future, that'll become even more important, and you'll see why, because if you get tense around your neck and shoulders, it transmits up into tension through your head and headaches and that sort of thing. So although when you're riding, particularly if you're competing and you get tension, quite often that's due to nerves, often actually you can reduce that if you improve your balance and stability further down. We're now going to an exercise called the foot series, which again looks really simple, but it's really not. So you're going to go up onto your toes, bend your knees, drop your heels and straighten up. Up onto your toes, bend your knees, drop your heels and straighten. So try to keep it as a nice cyclical motion, so you're not necessarily pausing between each part. Aim to keep a straightish line between, or plumb line if you like, between headlights, knees and second and third toes, and try to keep your shoulders stacked over your pelvis. Keep relaxed through your arms and keep your shoulder blades back and down. So it's your lower body that's working away and your upper body stays nice and relaxed. Now you're going to reverse the movement, so you bend your knees first, lift the heels, straighten and back down. Bend the knees, lift the heels, straighten and back down. Still keeping shoulders stacked over your headlights and aiming for that nice plumb line effect between headlights, knees and toes. This also just happens to be a really good quad strengthening exercise, if you hadn't already noticed. Okay, so the next exercise we're going to do is also quite good for your quads, but it's also another really good balance exercise. So hands onto your headlights, partly just to give your hands somewhere to go, because I think it can be a little bit distracting sometimes wondering what to do with your hands. We're going to do a lunge exercise combined with a dip. So you go forwards, trying again to get that plumb line, hip, knee, toes, and then into a dip. Come back up. Forwards with the other leg, plumb line, headlight, knees, toes, into the dip, and back up. And with this one, keeping your hands on your headlights has that added benefit of giving you a bit of feedback about where your headlights are going, so that you can make sure they're both going straight ahead and you're not twisting from side to side as you go through the movement. And the better you have awareness of what your pelvis is doing, in particular in relation to your legs, the better for your riding. Again with this one, if you can keep your shoulders stacked above your pelvis, then you're doing really well. But now we're going to make it just a little bit harder. Like pop your arms across your chest instead. And this time as you go into the dip, you're going to turn your body as well. So into the dip, turn, come back up. Into the dip, turn, back up. And as you're turning, try to keep your shoulders level and keep those headlights pointing to the front. this is starting to get quite technical and quite challenging. And if your quads have had enough, then you don't need to do this progression. It's a really good one to do for getting that good balance between lower body stability and upper body mobility, and vice versa. Do one more. And then when you finish, just check you can get back to a nice neutral position, shoulders over your headlights, and nice symmetrical feet underneath you. Well done if you've managed to do all of those. That's quite a hard one. It's a really important one to do. Thank you for joining me with that one, and I'll see you again soon.